Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Francois Nasser. I'm the global go-to-market leader here at HCL Digital Solutions. I am so excited and related to have one of our top Domino customers from Latin America joining me here for our V12 launch. He's been a customer for the last 23 years and personally oversaw the implementation of Domino V4 back in 1998. Please join me in welcoming Oscar Lara Rincon, CIO of BioPappel. Our goal today is to have Oscar share with us how BioPappel has been leveraging V11 and Domino Volt for their business needs and how BioPappel intends to leverage these new capabilities in V12 just to further their return on investment with Domino. So before we get started, Oscar, tell me a little bit about yourself and BioPappel.
Thanks, Francois. I'm really excited to be here. BioPappel is the largest paper and paper products producer in Mexico and Latin America. We have more than 36 facilities, manufacturing facilities in Mexico, United States, and Colombia, with more than 12,000 employees. Our brands are Titan and McKinley, Titan in Mexico, McKinley in the United States, and Mexico North border. They produce paper packaging products. And Escribe, they produce white paper, copy paper, and notebooks. Let me talk about our process. We strongly believe in sustainability. That's why we proudly produce paper without cut any tree. And we also help to reduce the climate change with recycled paper on large scale, cogenerate green energy, recycle water, and capture 8 times more carbon than we release. We were recently awarded with the National Forest Merit for our commitment to take care of forests in Mexico.
Oscar, I love hearing the sustainability story of BioPappel, and it's so amazing. Nowadays, we always say, you know, save a tree when somebody wants to print something, but with BioPappel, that is not the case. So tell me about BioPappel and how BioPappel uses Domino.
As you mentioned, we have been using Domino for more than 20 years. We have more than 100 internal applications on Domino and Domino Volt. Most of the applications are used for workflow, approval process, and documentation. For example, some of them are for new vendor requests, IT support ticketing, budget requests, CapEx, or major expenditures. We use SAP for our core business, and we have the workflow capabilities on SAP. But during these years, the users prefer their workflows application developed in Domino than SAP. And now we are starting with Domino Volt. With this one, we have taken the application development to a new level, adding power to the users, to the final user, instead the IT department. Today with Domino, we have a set of templates that we build in workflow capabilities. We adjust the template depending on the user application request, and we could release an application or probably in a couple of days or 2 weeks. Domino provides us the fastest and most efficient option for workflows compared with SAP and other tools.
So this sounds really actually very much relates to what Diane was talking about, which is, you know, a little expanding the world of IT to your power users. You know, today it's all about V12. And I really want to introduce some of the key themes for this release because really the newest version is web, mobile ready, with low code, and is cloud native. So let's talk about those and what I'm excited about specifically from a value to our customers. The first one is the elimination of desktop client upgrades. Really with Nomad Web, you can access Domino apps anywhere from a browser. It's always up to date. The developers can run the apps on the web browser and mobile devices just without any modifications. And really, the end users can take Domino apps everywhere they work. The other piece is anyone can build apps really, really quickly with low code. So the business users today can use HCL Domino Volt to develop really some powerful apps that are secure, enterprise grades with workflows, really extending that value of the Domino investment by leveraging the same infrastructure, governance, security, without having that risk of shadow IT. And last but not least, it's about cloud native, with flexible backups and enhanced security. Really, when we say deploy anywhere, we mean anywhere, on-prem, hybrid, any cloud, and back up your Domino with a plethora of backup solutions. New security features, time-based one-time password, the TOTP, automated certificate management, and biometric authentication. So let's dive into these themes with Oscar. So Oscar, I'm going to go ahead and start with Nomad Web in v12, Domino apps and mail on a web browser. What does your upgrade process look like today? And what are your thoughts on no longer having to manage a desktop client or a desktop client upgrade project for that matter?
Okay. Let's start by saying that we love Notes client. We have been using it for many years. And we use it for most of the users for mail and apps. But our big issue is really to keep updated. And we started the last year our migration to v11. This was a large project with many hours and resources dedicated to it. At this moment, we have concluded it because it's not easy to get to all the users with the pandemic, but we are trying to do that. I saw the roadmap presentation that you and Barry Rosen did during the Digital Week. I saw how the administrators select the user, press the upgrade button, and they receive the link and click it, and it's done. I really want to try it. This will make our great projects easier, faster, and we low cost for us. Now with Nomad Web, we gain mobility for our users who will love to have their applications and workspace in any desktop. We are excited to show them how easily they could access to it when they are traveling, working from home, or any remote office.
Yeah, and then I got to tell you, it's having that same app, like you not having to develop anything, and just for it to show up on your phone, and using what we call legacy apps. Well, they work, they do their function, they do it securely, they're proven, and now they're on your phone. So let's talk a little bit about Nomad Mobile. Nomad Mobile basically enables you to access Domino apps from a mobile device securely, and take advantage even of what I would call native mobile features, biometric cameras, and so on. And in v12, what we've done in Designer is we've added enhancement that, making you able to build responsive apps even easier. So again, for BioPappel, Oscar, any good use cases to share? Your thoughts?
Well, during years, we have explored for a solution to be able to all our workflows and authorization that we have in our application could be done in mobile devices. Believe me, this implies to modify our code, new server, some security stuff to put here and there. I think now with normal mobile, our users could get access to their applications and authorize any document in their cell phones or tablets without add any code line. This is great for us.
Well, and it's great to see the applications that your team and yourself built over the years still work. I mean, that's what I call a return on investment. So I'm going to move on to Domino Volt, because it's, again, apropos with what Dion was just talking about. We announced Domino Volt back in v11. It was April of last year. We're about a year later, 3-point releases, and 400 plus customers later. And it keeps getting better. Now, with our most recent April release, we've simplified integrations with HCL Link and introduced even more ways to leverage Domino data. Oscar, I know that your team are one of the early adopters of Domino 12 Volt, sorry. And I remember, in fact, when we first introduced the trial experience, we were one of the first few who signed up on our sandbox. So how are you and your team using Domino Volt so far?
Well, for us, Domino Volt represents a great opportunity for business users to develop their own applications without depending on my IT department. Even better, we don't need to worry about the new infrastructure or security. As any IT department, sometimes we are overwhelmed with the application development and support requests and many projects. So giving to the final user the capability to develop their own applications, forms, and workflow is a great option for us. Today, we started with the sales area in Scribe, the business group. One of the first applications that we released to them is related to credit memo approval for some customers. It's a easy document that allows to control and approve some credit memos to our customers. When we have special conditions, they have to approve it using this workflow. My IT team started this application and we developed it, but during this process, we passed the program and acknowledged to the final user in order that they could improve or add functionality by themselves. It was a great save of time for us because we are not spending more time developing and troubleshooting this application because they have the capability or the knowledge to do that. We are expecting to include during the next month in this year new business groups or new business areas where they have to learn and start developing by themselves. With Domino Volt, we have a secure and integrated and easy application development that empower the final users without invest in infrastructure.
Right. I mean, it's really exactly what Constellation has been saying, and Dion shared with us earlier. And it's really cool. I find it cool that the first Domino Volt app you built, you let your IT team build it just to try it out, but then pass that responsibility onto the business user, which I think is really neat to get started. And now, now that they know how to use it, it's easy for them to develop more apps. Let's talk about cloud native for a second. So, with V12, we now offer, flexible deployment, any cloud, or through one of our, our own HCL's cloud hosting partners. We have OpenShift certification has been added. We have already been supporting AWS, Kubernetes, Google Cloud, and Azure. You can also really back up Domino with almost any backup solutions in the market today, such as Veeam and Cohesity. So, Oscar, does BioPappel have any plans to go to the cloud?
Not at this moment. We have analyzed and researched a lot from the public cloud. Honestly, we have a concern on security, but we have information that is confidential information that we prefer to keep behind our firewall. But, however, we would like to use or take advantage from the cloud technology in deployments perspective, upgrade, and elasticity. We have planned to use some of the cloud technologies, such as containers, Kubernetes, but in our own data centers. We need to make some change in our infrastructure. Once we have this, I think we are going to release the new capabilities that we have with Domino V12.
That's pretty neat, and you're right, exactly. Taking advantage of that elasticity and containerization is the key. Whether you're on cloud or on-prem, you can take advantage of it. So, switching topics on you again, let's talk about mail. with V12, we've introduced enhanced workspace, improved search, same-time meetings, and chat integration. But really, what I want to know is, BioPappel has gone through some acquisitions. You've migrated some teams who used Microsoft Exchange to Domino, and when we were talking, he said, well, there was some resistance at first, but now they love it. Tell me more. What did they like, and how did you win them over?
Okay, this was related to a business that we acquired 5 years ago. They have 600 users that they were using Exchange and Outlook solutions. This was hard at the beginning to move it. When we homologated email, we found some resistance to change. But when they started using the apps that we have developed for in the corporate, we developed some apps to them, integrated with the mail and workflows. They found the benefits of Domino. Now they are requesting more applications to control budgets, others related to new customers, credit approval, and we have just introduced to them the Domino Volt. This is the business group where we are working now with Domino Volt, with the application for credit memos. I think in few times they will be independent from us. There are another group of users who are still missing Outlook, and we offer it as a client of Domino. There are plenty of tools to integrate, to migrate the information from one to other platform. But this was not the problem, because after a few months or a couple of years, they switched to Notes client. They love it right now.
It brings a smile to my face, right? Because when you do work, you don't just do email. There's applications, there's workflows, and for them to see the power of Domino and the client, it's just it really, Oscar, brings a smile to my face hearing a story like this. So again, moving topics, let's go to security. We've all known security is like part of the Domino DNA. And with V12, we have new security features, including TOTP, automating certificate management, biometric authentication. And really, there's actually a whole security panel in the Domino dozen. You can learn a lot more about those key security features. Oscar, I'd love to hear from you, and how security and Domino and BioPappel relate for you.
Well, I will give you an example. 2 months ago, someone from external company, consultant for us, he's a former IBM employee. He asked me why we are still in Domino. I answered him that one of the principal reasons is the security. In more than 20 years, we have never had a security issue with Domino, because it's really stable, reliable platform, and with proven security focus. Have you heard about the SolarWinds security breach?
Oh, yeah.
Where many Exchange servers were compromised around the world? I never have seen this on Domino. And do you remember that? Well, probably you saw that about what happened with to Colonial and how it impacted to the gas supply to the eastern U.S. Thanks to Domino, I think we have to worry less about security. And of course, there are other reasons to stay with Domino. Are the integration between apps, mail, same time, new tools as Volt, Nomad. I believe that this is a new Domino era with HCL. I think we have a brilliant future for these products, especially with V12. We are expecting to use it and deploy it as soon as possible.
And Oscar, it's funny you should say that, right? I mean, security is core. It's table stakes. There's no question about it. But let's talk about, you mentioned application development again, and it's funny you should say that because the session right after me right now with Louis Garriguy and Tiffany Amos, they're going to be showing a demo during their session, integrating same time, Domino, Volt, Nomad, and so much more. It's Siri pops in as well. So it's really cool application. And the reality at the end, the core here is we managed to build it faster at a lower TCO. So let's talk a little bit about some of these offers. I know Richard brought them up earlier today, but I want to highlight them again because we are so excited about V12, and I'm sure once you see it and try it, you're going to love it. So the first accelerator is all about the Domino Upgrade Accelerator. All it is essentially, look, give us a call, upgrade to V12, and we will enable Nomad Web for you at no charge. We feel so strongly that you're going to love it. We're going to go ahead and do it for you. And then there's the Thunderbolt Accelerator. This is for us is one of the key things to show customers the power of how quickly you can build Domino Volt apps. And the reason we're putting this up is pretty simple. It's an investment on our part. It's to show you how quickly you can build apps. But we're so confident that we're making such an offer because we know we can build those apps pretty darn fast. So give us a call and contact your sales rep, your product specialist, your partner, and let's get that going for you. Now, up next, so in the next 15 minutes, we're going to have a break. Follow that, we're going to have demos and deep dive, and you're going to be able to see V12 in actions with Luis Garriguy and Tiffany Amos. But for now, join us in the networking lounge. Let's have a chat. Let's answer any questions. Oscar, I'm assuming you're going to be joining us there as well to have that, to answer any questions that somebody might have. Oscar, I thank you for being a customer for so long, but I also especially want to thank you for being on top, getting on V11, getting ready to deploy V12. And as always, I'm sure as with other customers you've heard, you continue to get the great support and help from us here at HCL Digital Solutions. So to that, Oscar, thank you. Cheers. Pleasure to see you again. And we'll see you over in the lounge. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you. You too. Thank you. Thank you.